are living in different places. They would probably, I don't know when the differentiation is made, he would be called sometimes an expat, and sometimes he will be called a migrant. So it's important to remember that all these numbers of 300 or almost 230 million people, that's what gives it the weight why we need to discuss this.
I want to appreciate, I have also a personal interest in the subject from an employment perspective, and we look forward to very active engagements and also to learn from each other what other countries, especially Horn of Africa, are doing, and also from East Africa, sharing these experiences. Thank you very much, and I wish ourselves
I think these are also some of the areas we need to look at it. But like we all agreed yesterday, the issue of capacity, the issue of information regarding the available opportunities, but also the available skills where is really very critical, which we need to consider in terms when we are talking about labor mobility governance. We also agree, you will also agree with me, and I'm happy ESC is here. From the regional perspective, we currently don't have a regional labor migration policy. This would be the tool or the instrument which would guide the national harmonization in terms of labor migration policies. If we are to have, first of all, at regional level, people moving freely. But if it's not there, then things become a little bit difficult. Harmonized to what?
Kuna specific objectives za hii project. So specifically the objective in the project in objectives 3. Ya kwanza ni establish and strengthen the foundation of the enhanced labor migration and migration information systems. Ya pili ni have better skills matching, recognition and development along specific migration corridors. Na ya tatu ni strengthen capacities of the social partners to engage in labor migration policy development and implementation. And actually in Tanzania tumejikita zaidi kwenye hii ya tatu, ambacho it's one of the thing ambao pia tunafanya hapa.
Tunakuja maeneo matatu sana au manne, lakini jambo la kwanza ni juhudi gani serikali imefanya katika kuweka usimamizi na uratibu wa namna ya kulinda haki za wafanyakazi wanaohamia ndani ya nchi yetu, lakini pia na haki za wafanyakazi wanaokwenda nchi nyingine. Na tutaangalia jambo lingine ni fursa zilizopo kwa wahamiaji kuhamia ndani ya nchi yetu, lakini pengine wanapoenda kwenye nchi nyingine pia ni fursa pia. Lakini tutaangalia pia na changamoto ambazo tunakabiliana nazo, na mwisho tumeweka mapendekezo namna ya kumitigate hizo changamoto.
ILS adopted in the ILO context. And lastly, Convention 181 proposes to acknowledge the fact that private employment agencies exist, that they need to be regulated, and they do have a role to play in finding decent jobs for migrant workers, among others.
Tufanye kazi kwa kushirikiana, hakuna sifa ya kufanya fujo na hakuna sifa ya kutudharau sisi wafanyakazi. Tushirikiane pamoja, twende pamoja. Kwa hiyo kwenye haya mambo ya labor migration, hakika hatuwezi kuyazuia. Dunia ishakuwa kijiji. Dunia ishakuwa kijiji. Huwezi kumzuia mfanyakazi wa Kenya kuja hapa. Tunapaswa kufanya nini? Tutengeneze mazingira watu wetu wawe na uwezo wa kukompiti na wengine. Tuko tayari, hatuwezi kukataa wasije watu kutoka nje, kwa sababu na sisi pia tunajifunza kutoka kwao. Akija mtu ana uwezo na ujuzi, tutengeneze na sisi tuweze kujifunza kutoka kwake. Na sisi ujuzi wetu tuupeleke na kwenye nchi nyingine, lakini tunaamini hata wanaotoka nchini kwetu kwenda nje tuwapeleke, na wakati mwingine wakirudi waje na ujuzi kutuwezesha na sisi kuweza kwenda mbele zaidi. Tunachohitaji sisi ni utaratibu ufuatwe.
With regard to better migration governance, and having successfully attended this workshop and participated ably, I would wish to make recommendations that can form part of the way forward. First of all, we need to make regular meetings of this nature, because better migration governance is key to various players and implementers in governments at national level as well as regional level. So frequency of such meetings is very key. Secondly, we need also to put emphasis on data collection, on migration, labor migrants, because data will help in policy making and ensuring that we make quantitative and updated decisions on better migration governance.
First, it was a very good one, and we appreciate the ILO for having come up and supported this engagement. What I only have to say is that this shouldn't end here today. It should continue, and it should continue being, we need to be meeting regularly. We need to be meeting regularly and having these meaningful discussions. From the discussion we have had here, I realize there are lots of information in terms of the statistics, recruitment agencies, but then many of us maybe didn't know about that. And therefore, these meetings, if we can have a number of them, maybe we could come up with a structure of saying, okay, on a quarterly basis, or maybe biannually, that we can easily track. It shouldn't stop here. Even the priorities we have identified today as priorities which the EAO could push to ensure they participate and influence labor governance and the skills mobility should just not stop on the paperwork, but we should go back and come up with a kind of an action plan on which priority should we start with, and then which one should we come up with next. I know there are a number of initiatives here, like we have this discussion which the ESC is doing, but also at national level, the number of structures which are there and which are some of the work which have not been accomplished. So accomplishing these tasks could also be one of the issues which we could work on and ensure we improve labor mobility in the region. I thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.